They are the source of life. They are the reasons as to why homes have stood, societies have developed. They are the reasons as to why development have occurred in different parts of the world. And this is our women. Tonight we discuss the role of women in politics and governance. We are privileged to be joined by Miss Juliana Olayo. Miss Juliana Olayo is a youth mentor and a youth leader who will participate in this show as we look into the roles of women, their position, and what can be done further to ensure that they are involved in leadership. Welcome to Powerbrief tonight as we go through this topic. Miss Juliana, welcome to Powerbrief show.
Thanks for having me. It's actually a pleasure to be here to hold such an honorable topic.
Feel free. How is your February?
My February is awesome.
What do you tell the women outside there as we go through their position, their role, and everything they need to do in this world?
You simply need to know your expectations in whatever you want to do. You must have a catch and go for it.
Exactly. Now, we've heard this notion that women are less interested with the political affairs, especially in Kenya. We want to get it from you as a person who has worked with women organizations and women initiatives. How true is that statement?
I would say it's partly true, and I would say it's in regard to different challenges, and I can say it's not easy because we have misconceptions in our African content that like leadership roles are basically for men. So like it depends on the background that a woman has come from, that they end up growing with that. So it depends. If you don't break from the misconception, you stick to it and you don't go for what you really want to do.
That brings us to another question about the African society. You realize that there is this argument that not only African society, but it's the human race which doesn't really give women that position when it comes to matters leadership.
I would say that I'd give a high percentage to Africa. Because you see, like in Africa, we are intertwined with our many beliefs. Unlike the outside world where we have seen, if we start comparing leadership or leaders that are outside there and in Africa, you would find that today if someone is a CEO, that becomes news. Whereas in other countries, you would meet different CEOs that happen to do different programs and nobody feels like it's a big deal because it's not. But in Africa, when you meet someone, they tell you, oh, I'm whoever, a CEO at, guys are like, even the other day there was the issue for Safaricom when we were looking for who is going to replace the Honorable late. You could definitely see it in people that there was a lady that was coming up, but guys were like she's not even supposed to be on the list. So like it's something that is in us that I feel we should change, because if we want to create change in our society, the children that we're bringing up, our families, we must accept that leadership has got no gender.
So it's an African thing, the culture. A big percentage results from that.
Yes.
Now we get down and look into some of the challenges that has been facing women to rise in leadership in Kenya. You remember the history of people like Foi Basio, those ladies who were there at those time, how they made it during the Kenyatta regime, the Moi regime. What has been the challenges? Because you could find in parliament only one woman out of maybe 50 men. What has been some of these challenges?
First of all, I would speak of the major one. That is the sexual abuse.
Sexual abuse, now that you've touched a live wire, how does it come in?
It comes in automatically because I normally like referring to the misconceptions that we have out here. That like when we're having interviews for a particular position, like you would feel like the boy child would come and would feel like, maybe this lady might win because of maybe offering something extra depending on who's doing the interviews. And also you'd find that there are women who think that when there is a position, they'd say like, I'm more beautiful, I'm sure I'm gonna get this. So like it's the sexual bit of it has been a major factor when people are going to eye different positions, whether political, whether social, also in our families. Like you just find there are those challenges. Then there are challenges of how parents bring up their children. Like you'd find in a family, there's a boy and a girl. It is something that we have seen even from the hospitals. Like when a child is being born, you would hear, oh, so what gender is it? Like, you know, they're all children, but it starts from down here. So like as they grow, it's taken from the house, how the parents have set it, then it's taken outside. So like if as a mother, someone does not, or a father raise a child knowing that a boy or a girl can do ABC, it is taken to the society, it reaches our companies, it reaches our daily status. That certain kinds of jobs are for women, certain kinds are for men. So like out here, those are the kind of misconceptions that come out there and start creating problems and become so challenging even for people that really want to do something and they can actually do it out of passion. Like we have seen several positions that a man would be given a position but still not do it right. We can see it in our political avenues. We have positions that we say, this a man can only do. But again, when a man is given, we can hear people complain on a daily basis. Meaning like those challenges that people are having from from even our backgrounds, from the grassroots level to the high levels, those are the major challenges that are there.
So there are those ones who peg their arguments on evolution theory, that the evolution in the East, also in the West and maybe in Europe, is not at the same pace with Africa. And they're saying, let the evolution pace of Africa flow at its own pace. Do you concur with that argument?
Oh, of course not. Because again, as we talk about, let's say, education, when you go to a class, you don't have classes that maybe, let's say you go to the university. I have never seen lecturers saying that, okay, so we want to take this topic, so let us go to the right for women, let us go left for men. People come there and gain knowledge from both genders. So how is it that when it comes to getting jobs for the said positions that, or maybe for the said jobs, the job groups you want to go to, when it comes to out here, now automatically you feel like I cannot be an engineer. Whereas when we were having engineering classes, I was there. So like I feel like these things must be changed in different departments if we really want to grow. Because if we talk of we have to move the way we want it at that pace, nothing can move while it's stagnant. So like we have to keep the ball rolling.
Sure.
I'm just glad that at some point we had 2 MPs, they went to 6, they will come to 10, they will go to 20, and at some point we're going to get there.
That one now brings us to the elephant in the room.
Yes.
The 2/3 gender rule. After the promulgation of the Constitution 2010, and there was this stipulation that no members more than 2/3 should be of one gender. And the debate began there. In the year 2007, Justice Mativo gave a particular judgment, the judge of the High Court, that if this gender rule will not be passed by then someone was to write to the Chief Justice so that the Chief Justice to advise the President to dissolve Parliament. How did that debate go?
It was, I can just tell you the debate has been a hill. It's been a task hill. And a lot of documents have been written in regards to it. But again, when you come back to this, the 3rd gender rule, I normally tell men one thing. At this particular moment, you might set a rule thinking that it's good because at that particular moment you're the one gaining. Then remember, there will come a time that maybe, as we are saying, we are evolving. Then it comes a time that there are more women in parliament. Like, would they still hold on to or stop debates from giving us the two-third gender? But again, also give it a 50-50 thought. What is the two-third gender? When I look at women, every day I meet women leaders, I tell them one thing. You get in position. We can have 10 people in parliament that are doing a good job. 10 women doing everything they're supposed to do, doing the right things at the right time. But again, we can be given these genders, we can be given the gender slots, then we have 50 women that are doing a lot of nothing. Because at the end of the day, it depends. Even if it is one woman in a whole community, it depends on your passion on what you want to do. Like we talk of the two-third gender, and I ask myself, why do we still have women that don't have sanitary towels? Why do we still have girls that don't have sanitary towels? Why can't we hear this debate? Why can't we see it everywhere? Why can't we, like, we already have women in parliament, but what are they doing about it? So the idea is not the number of the people or the women we'll have in parliament. The idea is, as a woman, I normally challenge every department that you go to that is asking for the two-third gender. The women that are there already, what are they doing that would even make you feel like we need 10 more to be doing greater things? We need 30 more. Like, actions should speak for us as a gender. That is what I normally say.
When it comes to that, Julie, did anyone from women caucuses or those women advocates take the step as per the direction of Justice Mativo to write to the CJ?
Like, you know, we have been having a major problem in parliament and in every issue that needs to be dealt with. You can look at it even at the county level, National Assembly. I normally believe in leadership more than gender, because we have leaders that are there. Instead of someone feeling like it is their business, someone forgets what really took them there. Someone forgets the fight. The fight was making sure that the voice of a woman is heard. So you find, instead of someone going to write such a document, they prefer to be selfish about it and not speak about it, simply because they chose to become MPs. They chose to become MCAs. Not necessarily, they even go there and forget, like, why they were taken there. So, like, you find, if there is someone who's written that particular letter, they have written but not pushed it the way it's supposed to be.
The step was very clear and simple. Writing to the Chief Justice, let the media get the attention, and then the Chief Justice now to move to the President. So that will come in our part 2 as we go for a short break. Keep on tweeting us. Our Twitter handle is CACTV_Kenya, Facebook, that is CACTV Kenya, and you can also stream live on our YouTube channel. Women forms a greater and a larger population of our societies. We can never wish away their role in matters politics and governance. Keep it on CACTV.